everybody's human experience is custom. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Dyme, and we back at it again. This is your first time here, welcome, come on in and grab a seat. However, if you are already a part of the gang, aka somebody who is already subscribed, aka someone we would call a certified babe, then you already know the vibes, because you already know how we give it up over here. This video is going to just be a very, personal little update, let you guys know what's going on with me, and give you guys some insight and different things like that, because I know things have been seemingly different, and you guys have been making sure you've said it to me, because I've been seeing it in my comment section as well as on my Instagram. And so I mean, y'all the babes, so it would make sense to just kind of clue you guys in and let you guys know what perspective I'm coming from these days and all the rest of that jazz. And so I'm sitting on the floor so I could be centered with my camera and so that we can chat. So overall, let's just go ahead and update the question that everybody has been asking. Okay, wait. So obviously you guys can see that my background looks a little bit different, and even with my vlogs have looked a lot different than other vlogs that I've done in the past, if they're still up, because I think I may have done some editing. And also, just with my content, the different subject matters and different things that I've been posting in regards to, my stance on relationship oriented things and starting over and all the rest of that stuff. And so I guess that has kind of made it a question about whether or not I'm still married or I'm in a relationship or any of that. So I want to go ahead and answer you guys and say, no, I am no longer in my marriage. And it took a while for me to be able to make the video, because I mean, obviously that's disappointing, right? Like it's not a highlight for sure. Like that's pretty fucking crummy, but I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? And so as a result of that, you move out, you find another place to live, you find out how to co-parent your child. And so in the midst of that, I've done a lot of growing, and a lot of my perspective on different things have changed. And a lot of my perspective on a lot of things have changed. The dissolve was more of something that was out of my control. So for me, it was just more about, now what? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's more of a now what? Because you guys do because my lifestyle in that marriage was so completely different than being single, than what I knew as being single, if that makes any sense. Like the last time I was single, I didn't have a kid, I was not a mother, I had no real responsibilities outside of just myself, I had no real schedule that I had to rely on. I was working in nightlife, so I would sleep all day, wake up around 3, go to work, and then do that all over again. My life was pretty much a spontaneous ride, honestly. And so I made pretty good money, I supported myself, I didn't have an issue with my lifestyle, I was fine. But when you change gears and you leave one lifestyle and you go into another one and you are living that lifestyle, you become used to that, being a wife and being a mom and supporting your household in a way that a wife and mom does. And so that is completely different from the life that I was used to prior to. You get what I'm saying? And so after you leave that space and now you're single again, now that's a whole nother transition. Like, it looks nothing like what you knew before, because now you're also a mom. You're not just single. And now you're also figuring things out in terms of how to leave a lifestyle behind that you were just living. And now you have grown immensely because you had seen another side of life and you have experienced another facet of living. And so it ups the ante a little bit. So now it's just been like, girl, now what's next? And you really got to grow up and really say, okay, well, you chose yourself and that's good. Great job. Proud of you. But now in choosing yourself, how you really gonna make some shit shake? And on top of that, it was so much other stuff in the midst of, you know, choosing myself and becoming single again. There has been so much other stuff that has been on my plate that I've needed to battle and navigate through and all of that. And I'm really proud of myself because I haven't gone batshit crazy. And I've also still very much so shown up for my son and shown up for myself, which is amazing. And I'm learning all of these different beautiful things because I'm learning how to trust my own thinking and how to, you know, really get myself to where I need to go. And I think that when you have been in a union with someone and you are used to being able to be that person for another person and you're expecting them to be that for you, and now you are in a space where you have no choice but to be self-reliant. I think that is a very different and a very, very nuanced thing, if that makes any sense. Because now, even with dating, getting out there and dating again, I have a son, so that's an odd place for me because I'm like, when do I really have time to date? And then I prefer my friends over men these days, and then I'm like, when you do like a man, now what? I have a kid. If it goes the distance, are we going to co-parent? I mean, are we going to blend families, or are they going to love my kid like I love my kid? And all the rest of these different things that cross your mind now that you didn't have to worry about when you did not have the title of mom. Dating for me is just very interesting. So that's a whole nother thing that I can elaborate on in another video if you guys like. But this whole transition has been very interesting. I know for a while I was in my head like, oh, people gonna make fun of me, people gonna laugh at me, people was waiting for the downfall or the dissolve of, you know, that union. So, you know, I just don't even want to deal with that. But it was just kind of like, girl, there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna laugh, or that's gonna joke, or that's gonna poke fun, or that's gonna feel like, and look at you, and look at this, that. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? And this was very early on, once I knew that it was over. But as I really did my journeying and all the rest of that stuff, I was just kind of like, child, like, what you got going on, and how you are making choices to show up for yourself, and how you making choices to be okay in this human experience. It's not about anybody else or about their approval or about none of that. So, you know, I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I have been sailing through. You guys don't know the half, okay? I feel like I've been sailing through, and not only have I been able to be proud of myself for choosing myself, but being proud of myself for showing up for myself and doing the things that I know that I need, and looking out for me and not being guilted into showing up in the world how other people would want, but more so for how I need in order to be able to be okay and to thrive, and to also be the mother to my son that I have all intents and purposes to be. You know what I mean? I think that's really the main part about this whole experience that I find really beautiful, because I mean, no one wants to be alone, but I think that the key to really navigating life is having a certain understanding and respect and love for yourself, more so than it has anything to do with being someone else's, because sometimes being someone else's is pretty freaking crummy. Sometimes being someone else's is possibly beneficial, but more so detrimental when it comes to the grand scheme of things, and you have to be very careful about that. And I think it's a really big thing to love somebody and just can't coexist with them in the same way that you would like to. And I think that it's really mature, and it's very big to be able to know when you can no longer coexist with the person that you love. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not gonna say, and it was easy and I just followed this 12 step. No, it's not giving that. It's not easy, and it's not glamorous, and people are not always gonna feel like they're on board with what you're doing, or people not always gonna agree, and like I say, people gonna laugh, people gonna poke fun, whatever. But everybody's human experience is custom. Everybody's human experience is custom. Can't nobody else come in and tell you the life you're supposed to be living. Only you can live that life. That life is deemed for you. God has given you that life, and you have to do with it what God wants you to do, or what you think God wants you to do. And you have to start by being aware of your feelings and how your body is responding to things, and how your mind feels on a daily basis, and how you are performing in your life, and being honest about what your vision looks like overall, and seeing if all of the things that you're involved with and all of the people that you are involving yourself with, if those things make sense, or if they align with where you're trying to go. You know what I mean? Because that's super important, and that's why I made that video on taking stock of your life. Because if you don't do that, then you don't know what the hell is going on. And so this video is just to kind of serve as an update, and let you guys know that no, I'm no longer married. And I hope that, you know, for you guys who like my content, that you guys still like the nature of my content. I think my content will be able to reach you guys even more so now than it was before, because I'm able to be a lot more raw and uncut, without having to consider the feelings of my spouse. And we're able to chat more, and I'm able to give you guys a lot more insight, because I have recently experienced such a big change, and I will be able to give you guys you know, some perspective, I'm hoping. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you know, you guys continue to watch my content. We are growing, guys. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, and the fact that you guys are just rocking out with me makes me extremely happy. I look forward to going the distance with you guys, and I thank you guys for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.